Huge, huge, huge win for the Birds on Sunday, heading into Arrowhead Stadium to play, of course, like anywhere else, basically a home game for Philly. Coming out of there with a big win, shutting down Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. And of course, their fans are having an absolute meltdown about it. Let's talk a little bit about this game. Appreciate you being here. Hey, just so you know, I didn't let anyone know. I just decided to do it yesterday, and so it was sort of more of a test run because I figured there wouldn't be anyone knowing about it and watching. But I think going forward, I'm going to try and do a live stream on Sundays at 10:30 Eastern time that'll last maybe about an hour. So I did one yesterday with a friend of mine, another diehard Eagles fan. Uh, Ben Daniel. So that is, I believe, on the channel. Of course, we talked about a lot of things, Eagles football and so forth, course, talked about this game, so maybe it's a little out of date, but just so you know, going forward, appreciate y'all being here. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for keeping us growing as we get rolling into this Philly season. Let's talk a little bit about this Eagles game. Look, man, was it perfect? Hell no. Did we look great? Hell no. Did we win? Hell yes. And a win is a win is a win in the NFL. And by the way, I'd like to point out the Eagles, this is a crazy statistic. The Eagles are over 500 for the first time in the 93 season history of the franchise, 640, 639, and 27. Although, you know what? I think technically, yeah, I might have to take that back. Technically, they're not over 500. Technically, they have a winning record in terms of wins versus losses, but you throw those ties in there and they haven't won over 50% of their games. Oh, man. Anyway, like many Eagles fans, and like I think you see in this, it's a snapshot. Now, I know still pictures can be deceiving, but I think it's pretty obvious we're well into this play. And there is absolutely nobody breaking open. We've got guys who are basically finished their routes. We got two guys running across the field, two guys who have sat down, and they are all covered. And this has blown up after this weekend, as Philly fans, as Eagles fans typically are. We are done already with our offensive coordinator, absolutely concerned about the offensive scheme, about the play calling, about the lack of getting the ball downfield, lack of passing yardage. And it is not, look, no quarterback's perfect, no quarterback's making great decisions, but a lot of this is certainly not on Jalen Hurts with the offensive weapons we have. They simply are not designing plays that are getting the ball downfield or that are getting receivers like Devontae Smith and AJ Brown open. And look, love him or hate him, Tom Brady knows his football, and I also think he's been very fair to Jalen Hurts, and he certainly knows the quarterback position. And he, in that game, is saying, "Hey, no one is open downfield." So I simply do not understand the offense we are running. It seems very, very poorly designed. I saw Jalen Hurts, among others, unhappy of the sideline yesterday at certain times. So Eagles fan base, we got to keep an eye on this. This might get interesting going forward. Also, look, I've got to shout out my boy, Travis Karen Kelsey Swift. Apologies, Jason, but I mean, he came up big for the Eagles. Let's be real. He came up absolutely huge for the Eagles yesterday. And I thought I had it here somewhere. Man, now I'm like going through all this, but I'm gonna have to back it all the way up and find that play. Hold on one second. All right, duh. I'm looking right at it. I thought this was another play with Makuba involved, but yeah, but this was this was a thank you, Travis. I got to appreciate that right in his hands. And Makuba says, you know what? I'm going to take this. And man, I'll tell you what, I got to give props to the offensive lineman there too. That's a huge play, saving a touchdown on that, giving the Chiefs a chance. But thank you, Travis. We appreciate you not catching that football. And Makuba, man, this is a guy who just seems like he's in the right place at the right time all of the time. And I got to point something else out with Travis, especially considering, all the screeching the Chiefs fans are doing about the officiating as if they are not the most positively officiated team in the league. Nolan Smith last week, he can't flex after making a tackle, but Travis can grab himself after making a play. So please explain that, Roger the Ballless Goodell. I really just not understanding it. And look, man, Makuba, Campbell. Last year it was Mitchell, Cooper. That's not bad drafting, folks. And I saw after the game, Makuba said sooner or later I'm going to get really, really confident. Then it's going to be scary. Absolutely, he just stumped the Chiefs' offense. He was a big part of that defense yesterday, holding them to 17 points. He is well on his way. Now, look, man, I get it. It's early. There'll probably be setbacks. There'll be mistakes made in schemes and all that. But I like what I'm seeing so far. 48 total defensive snaps, 6 tackles, a tackle for a loss, a half a sack, I believe a pass deflected, an interception, obviously, in the red zone that he ran back, and only 2 receptions allowed for a total of 18 yards. I think 18 yards. I also have a note. I had a note from before that it was 23, but it's not a lot, folks. It's a 59 passer rating that he's given up. So this is a guy who is got a bright future, it looks like. Because look, we also had this. This is I mean, the other play was great. Right place, right time to make that interception. We know that's absolutely huge because Kelsey probably scores there if he holds on, or if it's a drop. The Chiefs still have a great chance of scoring, if not a touchdown, at least a field goal. This this reminds me kind of some plays Coop made last year from the safety position as well. This should be a first down, folks. That's 3rd and 1, and that should absolutely be a third down. And because of where it is on the field, that gives us the ball back. I mean, this is we'll run this again. Look where this ball is caught, folks. Look where that ball is caught. And that's a pretty good pass. I mean, he's just got to plant and basically fall forward. You can see where Makuba is. He closed. If we go back, let's look at this again. He closes. Look at that. Look where the ball's in his hands. He is literally a yard from a first down. And Makuba is 3.5 yards away from him and does not even let him get turned. That is an absolutely phenomenal defensive play. That was a huge, huge play in this game for the Philadelphia Eagles. We also had Mitchell. I think he only allowed 2 catches and 24 yards. Zadarius Smith came in and only 20 snaps, 4 tackles, half a sack. I believe he had a tackle for a loss, had a QB hit, which is absolutely huge as well. So yeah, it's some big stuff. And of course there was this huge play. I'm gonna let Dan Orlovsky, he broke down a lot of this which already, but I just want to break down the play with let him talk about a little bit with Jalen and also Devontae Smith.
To win, dude. That swim right
See if I can get this volume up for you.
there is lovely. Now look, get past, find the ball. Peek. Dude, that's so good. That's so good. He's looking up, not looking back. He's looking up. The air by Jalen is, I mean, again, wasn't perfect as a pass game in totality. It's perfect, man. Look at how he has to put air on that ball like that. And you got to trust he'll go make the play. Look at the air. Ridiculous adjustment. It's awesome, man. It's absolutely awesome. It's absolutely awesome. It's
I
so
mean,
good.
Jalen can't
Saquon
even
scraping
step into this,
over.
folks. He's got
Jalen
a
knowing
guy
the
coming
problem, getting it out.
free,
Devontae tracking the ball. Can't
and
beat
he's
it.
just like, I got to let my guy go make a play. I got to let my guy go make a play. That is absolutely huge. And I'm going to shout out Dan because he's one of the few guys in sports media that is actually fair to Jalen Hurts, which is kind of wild when you think about it. And then let's see, I think we had yeah, there's a lot of whining about the tush push, obviously, and yet Patrick Mahomes has made a career with this, folks. So I mean, he's still got the ball right there. That ball is now gone, and that was called roughing the passer. Are you kidding me? How is this ball's released? Defender hits him. He didn't even take a full step yet. Didn't tackle him, didn't land on him, and they call that roughing the passer. This is an absolute joke for the Chiefs, but they're going to whine that, oh, maybe our guys moved early on one brotherly shove. I'm sick of hearing it called the tush push, by the way. It's a brotherly shove, okay? Can we all get that straight? But there was a lot of whining about the tush push. We also had the thing with Kelce that wasn't penalized. We had can't remember his name, but somebody that pushed Trotter's head into the turf when they were getting or facing head face into the turf when they were getting up. And of course, we do have a whole lot of stuff about the false starts as well, which I think, let me see, I think I have it here. Let me see if I can pop this on here. So AJ Muse, shout out, did this, lined it up. Say, okay, well, you want to talk about false starts? Well, you've got three, maybe four. I can't see that bottom one clearly. It's close, but the Chiefs sure look like they've lined up in the neutral zone. Am I wrong? Am I missing something? What's happening here? So, and let's be clear, the quarterback sneak. I mean, that's the funny thing about it. The brotherly shove, the tush push, as they like to say, a lot of times is basically just a quarterback sneak. I really don't think we do anything differently if they were to ban this play. But let's be clear: the Eagles 18-1 in their last 19 games. It's not because of the brotherly shove, folks. It's because they've turned the ball over 8 times and have 39 takeaways. 8 times, 39 takeaways. And then let me see if I have the right thing. Is this it? Yeah, this is pretty funny. Now, it's hard to hear because it's the announcers are talking as well, but if you listen clearly, you can hear this exchange between Chris Jones. I got my volume all the way up, and Jalen Hurts on the kneel down.
2-0 start to the season. Meanwhile, the Chiefs are about to start 0-2.
Yes, what you're reading is what he said. You don't even have 100 yards, Chris Jones says. Jalen Hurts says, we won the effing game. Shut your butt up, man. And there it is. And that's what a lot of people really hate is the Eagles are not putting up massive numbers, but they just win, baby. Gonna have to go all the way back to Al Davis. They just win. And of course, we got the fans that complain a lot too. You beat a banged up Chiefs team. Congrats. And yet, post previous post from the same account, losers make excuses, winners win. Well, sounds to me like maybe, just maybe, you called yourself a loser. I'm just saying. Hey, here's another wild stat for you. Eagles the last 2 seasons, when they have fewer than 100 net passing yards, 4-0. The rest of the NFL, when they have fewer than 100 net passing yards, 5-17. That is crazy. Oh, and by the way, the Eagles are the third youngest team in the NFL. Commanders are one of the oldest, if not the oldest. I'm sorry. That's my mistake. I apologize. The Redskins. But yeah, the Eagles do not look like a team that is a train wreck. Okay, they haven't been great. They've made mistakes, and yet they've still won. And they are a very young team. We lost a lot of pieces on defense. The play calling doesn't look great, but it looks like a team that is just going to continue to get better as the season gets along. And I can't say that about a lot of these teams that are supposed to be playoff contenders. All right. So I'm going to wrap it up with this, with the guy that ain't Jalen. This is the guy, or I should say, Jalen ain't him, right? This is a throw by Mahomes. We have a little issue here. We got two guys who run into each other, and oh my gosh, look at that. Look how wide open he is. And I know what y'all are going to say. Oh, well, he slowed down a little bit. But folks, look how he had no chance. First of all, he's wide open there. Why not just throw it to him? But he had no chance to get that football. I don't think Jalen Hurts does that. Do you? I am going to leave it there. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks so much for all your support. Really do appreciate it. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, help us keep growing. Comment below what you thought of the game. I will talk to you in another video.